scrap the controversial retrospective tax law that led to a row, remember, with Vodafone and Cairn Energy. No retrospective tax demand if the transaction was done before the 28th of May 2021. The Cabinet has cleared the bill to undo the controversial 2012 law. This is a move that will benefit Vodafone, which clearly is on the verge of a collapse. The centre is ready to refund the amount paid without interest as well. And this is extremely crucial. So this is the big breaking story that's coming in. Sunil Prabhu joins us with the very latest. Sunil, what more can you tell us?
Well, firstly, this is one of the biggest and most important steps in terms of post-taxation reforms for the union government. The late President and Bharat Ratna Pranab Mukherjee, when he was finance minister, had introduced this bill in 2012, even without, and really this was despite there were a lot of trouble within the Congress party at that time, between Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh as well as Mr. P. Chidambaram, who later on, when he gave up and became the finance minister, wanted to amend that law, couldn't do so, and ultimately was hoping that the NDA government would do so. But in the last 5 years, they haven't done. But and now because of they're using the COVID situation, and as Nirmala Sitharaman says, at this juncture, when quick recovery of the economy after COVID-19 pandemic is the need of the hour, and foreign investment has an important role to play in promoting fast economic growth and employment, they have made that big correction. It has been introduced in the Lok Sabha. It is expected to be passed in this session itself. What is the major points? As you rightly pointed out, there were 2-3 issues. One is, of course, of Vodafone. That really stemmed because the Supreme Court had ruled very clearly in a verdict that gains arising from an indirect transfer of an Indian asset are not taxable. That what Vodafone was doing was not taxable, but subsequently, as I said, the then finance minister decided that he can't forego nearly 10,000 crores of rupees in terms of taxation. It had far-reaching consequences, and that is why he retrospectively amended the Income Tax Act from 1960. And then, of course, that sent the shivers across not only companies within India, but across the world, because they felt that they will be slighted and this will have a retrospective effect. What in effect today's taxation law does is explains and makes it clear that the cutoff date is the 28th of May 2012. 28th May 2012 will be the watershed time, and any taxation after that will of course be subject to certain provisions, but those who have had assets there, there will not be any retrospective tax. That's an assurance. That is the law of the land once it's passed by the Lok Sabha, because this is a money bill and it effectively gives concurrence to it. Having said that, it also makes clear in the case, as we have seen, Air India assets being, what is it called, effectively being claimed by Cairn in New York and various other places,
yes.
To now make that very clear. They are ready to let go, and if they refund wherever there is a case in terms of money that has been done in the case of Cairn, in the case of Vodafone, they will not go ahead.
It's interesting. It's interesting, Sunil, that you say that this is a direct message that is being sent to Vodafone and Cairn.